Today, we found ourselves on the very edge of the historic market town of Dereham, at a property hidden down a private road. We are at Humbletoft. So more than likely, the property was the manor house for the surrounding grounds. And over the many hundreds of years, the property has been extended and added onto organically, creating this magical home that we see today. 30 years ago, on a chance viewing, the current vendors fell in love with what some may consider a rundown property. They fell in love with the dream of creating their own wonderful home, and using great vision, turned Humbletoft into what we see today. This was one of the first rooms of the project. Now, the panelling was restored where necessary, stripped back, replaced if needed, and it has created this wonderful room that reminds me of a beautiful country home somewhere hidden in Scotland. The difficulty when taking on a property such as this is knowing when to start and when to stop. Do you do a little bit of work? Do you completely remodel? Do you knock down rooms? The current vendors managed to do that perfectly and have created a wonderful home with the true bones on display. Because they've been really sympathetic to the property, there's this really lovely contrast of coming from what is considered the oldest part of the property into this, which is clearly Georgian, and you can see how the architecture has changed massively. With these big windows overlooking the garden, it's a beautiful place to sit in summer. We're back into a room with nice low ceilings again, and I'm really starting to understand the thought process that went into the design of this property. And this room is a lovely place to come, put a movie on, sit by the fire and relax as a family. They may have thought the house is plenty big enough, but the current owners extended into this space, which was at one stage the old outbuildings. If the room we just went into was where the family come to relax after a hard day, this is where friends and family come to play and let off some steam. There's testimony to Humbletoft, the sheer size of the property, that we are now just entering into the family kitchen. And it's got that farmhouse feel to it, with the Aga in the corner, beautiful little table here to sit around as a family and talk about your day. Something that's quite unique to us as people, as we all live and operate in slightly different ways. And we ask our properties to do the same thing. And here, the versatility to do just that is in abundance. It'll come as no surprise that the upstairs is just as eclectic as the downstairs and vast in its bedrooms. Now, put simply, it's a house of two wings. This side is where the family live. On the opposite end is where you put your guests when they come to stay. I can imagine kids running around on hallways, a snatch conversation here and there. But one of the beauties of this place is there's never, ever a wait for a bathroom. One of the sad things about these manor houses that happens all too often is that they lose and they sell off their ground over the years. Here at Humbletoft, they've managed to hold on to so much of that land, it still is as grand as the house itself. And the project didn't stop just with the internal house, it extended out into its grounds. There's little spots to sit throughout the day as the sun moves on. There's little paths hidden away, nice little bits for children to get lost in. There's veggie patches, even what could be re-erected as a tennis court down the back. It is as eclectic and beautiful as the house itself. If you fancy a manor house, a stone's throw from the historic market town of Dereham, with no work to be done, look no further than Humbletoft.